Hi, I'm Cici. Welcome to my channel. I'm a reseller on Poshmark and I do content around reselling on Poshmark. Yay. So thank you if you're a returning viewer so much for coming back, and if you're new, welcome. Today's video is going to be about what sold in my Poshmark closet from October 1st to October 15th, and I've had a decent month compared to last month. So my first sale of the month was a pair of white leather high heels by Antonio Milani. I got them at the bins. They were actually pretty attractive, but they had one black smudge on them, so I had to price them down a little bit. I had them priced at $15. Someone liked them. I offered $13 with discounted shipping, netting me $707, and after my cost of goods, my true net on those was $398, and they sold in 7 days. So considering that white is now out of season and they were flawed, I was actually pretty happy with that. The next sale was a pair of boots. These had been posted since spring of this year. I posted them on December 9th of 2023. So they were posted last year in time for winter, but I mean, most people are buying boots probably October, November, so maybe I missed that rush. But they were a pair of Steve Madden. The style name was the Fairmont, and they were kind of a rustic sort of brown leather riding boot. They were really attractive. They were great size 8. I had gotten them actually at the regular Goodwill for $10. They'd been posted 297 days. I sold them at $30 with a shipping discount, netting me $21.98. So I ended up just making about $11 on those boots after my cost of goods. But because they'd been posted so long, I just kind of let them go at that price point. That's where I'm at with boots at this point, because I just don't want to carry all these winter items into another season. So when people like things that are winter, I know it's only October, but I believe the winter shopping season is pretty short. I don't want to be laden down with all this stuff come the turn of the year. So my next sale was actually my best sale ever. I sold a pair of boots for $300. My next closest high sale was $295, so not that much of a price point difference. But these were the Doc Martens Fina. They were featured in The Walking Dead. I put a picture of that show of someone wearing the boots in the show in the posting, and I posted them at $300 because the comps supported that. There were several pair that had sold for less. There were some pair that had sold for $500. These had a little wear, not a lot, and I think one of the boots was missing the little pull tab at the rear. So I priced them at $300 just to see how it would go. They had several likers, and I was making offers for I think $200 in free shipping when I had them posted at $300, and nobody went for that. And then on this particular day, and I'll tell you more about this particular day in a minute because it ended up being really ironic, but on this particular day, someone just came and bought them outright for $300, which I was like, that's amazing. Posh took their $60 because at this point in time, we were still on the Poshmark taking 20% model. So I netted $240 on those. I'd gotten those at the bins. Oh, I got these at the bins just in August. I posted them on August 26th. So they took 37 days to sell for an item at that price point. I thought that was great. But the very next day, Poshmark implemented their new fee structure. So instead of paying $60 on that sale, I think I did the math on it. I'll have to pop it up on the This screenshot is from Poshmark's own blog, and it shows that my additional earnings would have been about $37.26 under the new fee structure. So yeah, screen just to confirm. But I think my share to Poshmark would have only been $20-something had I sold these a day later. But because someone bought them outright and I was sending offers for $200 anyway, I just went with it. I'm not going to contact that seller and say, hey, can you rebuy these because there's a new fee structure? Because for the buyer, it would have probably ended up costing them more. So I was glad to sell the boots. I just thought that was just one of those things in life where it's like, wow, just timing, just timing. But glad to sell them. Got them at the bins. It's all good. And then, so the next item that sold was a pair of Hoka. I hadn't had these terribly long. They were gotten on, my spreadsheet is kind of out of whack here. Bear with me. These Hoka were just posted on 9/11 or 9/18 on September 18th. They sold in 19 days. They had some wear, but they were still pretty attractive. They were the Clifton 8, and they were in a size 8. And I sold them for 25. They did have some wear, I think, at the rear of the shoe or something. I've since sold another pair of Hoka that I found right around that time, and then I have another pair of Hoka I just washed in the washing machine today. I was at the Goodwill Outlet on the October 18th. Today's the 20th, and I found yet another pair of Hoka. So I think now that I've got my eyes peeled for them, I've been finding them. So, yeah, there's that. So, on the Hoka, I think I paid $4.11 per piece on that visit to the bins, because mostly everything I got was shoes, and she paid 25, so my true net was 20 because that was an outright buy. So now every sale after this is going to be under the new Poshmark pricing structure. Next sale was a J. Crew Shetland wool sweater men's. This was sold on the 3rd. The buyer has since gotten it and given me 5 stars. It sold for 26. I had it posted at 35. I had gotten that sweater at the bins, and it was $1.96 cost of goods to me, posted on the 18th. It sold after 15 days, and my true net on that ended up being $17.06. So absolutely happy with that. This I got at the bins as well. This is a Carolina Bay woman's vintage denim dress. It actually, sometimes when you post dresses like this, it's hard to tell if they're why can't I say that word? Denim or chambray. This was actually a true denim dress with some embroidery detail. It was a maxi. It was like cottage core or shabby chic. I can't remember what keywords I used. But it was a vintage brand that I hadn't heard of before called Carolina Bay. And I posted that on the 14th of September. It was posted just for 15 days before it sold. I netted $20 and cleared $18.48 after my cost of goods. This purse had been posted quite a while. This is totally throwing off my average, because on my spreadsheet here from October 1st to October 15th, average days listed is actually 85, which is great, but I have 2 outliers in here that were posted for a really long time, and this one was actually posted the longest. This item has been posted in my Poshmark closet for 918 days. I originally posted it on March 30th of 2022. Very sharp purse. It was Italian. It was fur. Didn't have a single flaw. It was very well made. It photographed well. The brand name was Desmo, and I'd never heard of that before. I got it on Shop Goodwill, and that spring I was doing a lot of sourcing on Shop Goodwill, and I thought it was attractive. I ended up paying for it, however, after the shipping and all in. I ended up paying $23.91 for that bag. So I think I had it posted upwards. I think I might have started at a price point of 100 and come down over the years. At this point, I think I had it posted at 50. So it sold for 40, no shipping discount. I netted $35.04. After my cost of goods, my true net was $11.13 on that piece. But after all that time, and it had gotten several likers over the years. Obviously, I had done reposts on it multiple times, but it was just one of those items that needed its buyer to come along. So the next sale was a pair of Laura Piana tan. They were just like a beautiful tan beige jeans. These were no cost of goods to me. I got these in a lot of clothing that someone just gave to me to sell. So I have them listed because that's actually a good brand name. I think they typically more sell men's clothes, if I remember right. But I believe I had them listed at 50. Someone liked them. I offered 40. And I ended up netting 35 on those. And that was all profit, because that was the item that was given to me. Excuse me. Then I saw this. And those had just been posted not terribly long either. Those were originally posted on the 19th of August. They were posted for 35 days. Then I sold this pair of Converse. They were posted for 18 days. I got them at the bins for $3. They sold for 30. My net was $25.85 for a true net of $22.80. And these, yeah, like I posted them on 9/17. They sold on October 5th. I think that's an excellent turnaround time. I'm really happy with the tighter turnaround time on my closet right now, because I will say this, I used to have over 1,000 items for sale, and things would take forever to flip. And I was netting over $1,000 a month, which right now, this month, I think it's the 20th and I've netted 800 some. So, well, that is less than the $1,000, $1,500, $1,600, sometimes $2,000 a month I used to net. I had 1,000 to 1,300, 1,400 pieces of inventory before, and now, right now in my closet, I think I have 233. No, I just did a few new posts. I just did 4 new posts. So I have about 237 active listings in my closet. So to be able to make 800 off of 237 active listings versus, 1,200 off of 1,300 active listings, that's working for me, and it's just telling me that my focus on picking better items is working, so I'm happy with that. But let's keep on going here. Next sale was a pair of Crocs. I got these at the bins with another pair that was really sharp. The other pair sold like 2 days after I posted them. So I posted these on August 16th. They were posted 41 days. They sold for $20. I had paid $2.80 for them, so I earned $16.45 on them. $13.65 was my true net after cost of goods. These had been posted a little while. They're a pair of Tom's boots, and I posted them last year on the 24th of January, so I guess a little bit late into the season. They were posted, actually I posted them on January 27th. The 24th was when I got them. So they were posted for 253 days, almost a year. I attribute that really probably to 2 things. Me having them maybe priced a little bit too high, and me posting them so late in the season last year. But they were a bins item, $1.94, and I sold them for $20, netting me $16.34 or $14.40 after my cost of goods. This sweater had sold once before. This was the item I got in that clothing donation that was given to me. And it sold. And the woman had done some sort of forward of address or moved or something, or all her mail was being returned. So the package actually came back to me, and she realized it before it got back to me. So she had sent me a note on Poshmark saying, hey, I moved and they can't send this to me, or it's already been returned to sender. Can you please resend it to me? I was like, well, you could do a package intercept, but I really can't send it back to you without, like, you basically just have to rebuy it. So if you're open to that, I can totally repost it. I never heard back from her. I got the item back when I managed to make time to go down to my P.O. box and pick it up. I just reposted it. I had it posted. So it was a Max Mara black turtleneck virgin wool sweater. Really nice. But it had flaws. It had a very small hole in the shoulder right here, and 3 similar shoulders down on the side, on the flank. And I thought about sewing them with black thread. I'm pretty handy with a thread and needle. If there's a hole in a wool sweater, I'm really good at darning. But because this was a nice brand, I didn't want to make any mistakes. So it was given to me. I posted it for $5, figuring that someone that didn't mind mending it or taking it to their seamstress would buy it. And eventually they did. So now that the pricing structure had changed, before I had made, I think, $2.95. Now it sold outright at a price point of $5, netting me $3.31, which again was all profit. But yeah, Max Mara is a great brand, and it was a nice sweater. It was just unfortunate it had those holes. And I didn't realize that. A lot of times I don't find, like when I'm at the bins, I try to hold things up to the light and look for holes, but sometimes I miss them. So I don't notice. So my point is, a lot of times my mannequin has a cream fabric background. I won't, excuse me, I won't notice holes until I have them up against the contrasting material of the mannequin when I'm taking the pictures. And that's what happened with this sweater. So I just continued and posted it at a low price point. I thought of posting it at 10, but I just figured, you know what, I want to get this thing moved. I'm all about getting things moved, so that's just where I'm at. The next sale was a pair of black fry boots, and I had these in one of my thrift haul videos. And what I mentioned there was they were size 5.5, and I thought they would take a while to sell, so I was pricing them low to kind of maybe get them to move a little bit faster. So they were posted just on the 17th of September. They sold on October 6th for $35, which was what I had listed them at, hoping to get them to move. They also had a small flaw. The seam on the rear of, I believe, the left boot was a little loose. It was something you had to really look up close to see. I didn't see it until I was taking the pictures, but definitely not a deal breaker. They were still in good overall condition, and someone could take them to get them sewn up by a cobbler if they wanted to. But yeah, I netted $30.30 on those. For those fried boots, they were the Melissa. I paid $4.11. They were in that big shoe haul, so they were listed 19 days. I netted $30.30, and my true net was $26.19. So I'm with the size on those, I'm totally good with that. The next item that sold was a pink cashmere sweater with a little bit of a silver beading at the collar, and it was attractive. It was cashmere. The brand was Musetti, which is an Italian brand, so it was Italian cashmere. This was in that batch of items that were given to me to sell, so no cost to me. I had it listed at $25. Someone liked it. I offered them $20. They accepted, so my net on that was $16.45, and that was all profit. And this item, the next item, was a polo Ralph Lauren women's golf or tennis polo, either sport. It was white, it was crisp, it was clean. It had only ever been dry cleaned, and I had that posted at $20. It was given to me to resell, no cost to me. Someone liked it. I offered $16, netting me $12.62, all profit. And then the next item that sold was a pair of Old Navy pants. When I picked these up at the bins, I didn't realize that they were new with tags. So when I was doing the pictures, there was a Goodwill tag, and then there was the Old Navy tag. I was really happy to see that they actually were new with tags, so I was able to price them a little bit higher. I had them listed at $25. They are Old Navy, but they were a linen blend, kind of high waist, drawstring, wide leg pant. They photographed really well. Someone liked them. I offered $19, netting me $15.35. Those hadn't been posted terribly long. I posted them on October 2nd. They sold on October 9th, and I had paid $2.10 for them, listed 7 days, netting me $15.35 with a true net of $13.25 with my cost of goods, which for a pair of Old Navy pants, that's great. Even, they were new with tags, but still Old Navy. Like, if you go on their website, you can get their clearance items dirt cheap, or when they have their sales. So I think, but they rotate their inventory is always refreshing. I mean, I think they sell through things fast. So if someone likes something that's not available on the website anymore, I know that I don't price it high enough where it's like price gouging or anything, but if it's an item that can no longer be gotten on the website and it's attractive enough, I'm going to price it at a reasonable price point that makes it worth my time. Otherwise, I wouldn't pick up Old Navy. So, excuse me, that's the way I work that. The next sale was a pair of UGG boots. They are the UGG Cardi style. They're a sweater boot that can either be worn to the knee, although they kind of slouch when you do that, I know because I have a pair, or they can be folded over. So those were size 8, and they were posted for 45 days. I got them for $8.55 at a regular Goodwill. So they sold for $30. I netted $25.71 and $17.16 after cost of goods. Probably shouldn't have paid that much for those boots, but I did, and I still turned a profit, so I'm okay with it. The next shirt that sold just got delivered on October 19th, yesterday, Saturday. It was going to California. I don't know quite why. I guess maybe that tropical storm. Not Helene, the one that came after it. I can't remember the name of it anymore. Milton. Maybe that had goofed up something with the mail, but because all my mail sorts through the Jacksonville, Florida post office before it goes to wherever it's going. But this shirt was given to me to sell, so no cost of goods. It was a beautiful silk Italian mauve pink, dusty rose pink. And it kind of had like dolman sleeves, so it draped really nicely, and then it had an elastic waist, and it was attractive. It photographed well. It was well made. I don't have a steamer anymore. My steamer broke and I opted not to replace it just because Poshmark is kind of nickeling and diming us to death and there's a lot going on there. So I'm investing pretty much just in inventory. I'm not going to do bells and whistles. If something looks really hideous, I'll break out my iron. This shirt probably could have used an iron in the photographs, but I didn't feel like it that day. So I took the pictures wrinkled, but it sold anyway. It sold for 15. I think I originally had it listed at 20 and someone liked it and I offered them 15, netting me 11.67, which was all profit. And then this was a beautiful, the brand was Charter Club, which is a Macy's house brand, and it was a beautiful mauve, again, same color, mauve, pink or dusty rose, just a cashmere kind of shape cape or shawl that draped really nicely. It was one size. I listed it. Usually when something's one size, I'll like try it on. I wear size large or extra large, and I'll kind of gauge from there what size to list it as. This one, I just said, this is one size garment, but I'm listing it as extra large just to have a category, size category to sign it to. So this actually sat for a little bit longer than I thought it would. I posted it on August 22nd of this year, and it was such a nice piece. And it sold after 50 days, but I paid, my cost of goods on this piece was only $1.40. I got it at a local thrift store that was doing like a bag day or something. So my cost of goods was $1.40. I sold it for $32, and I ended up, so my net ended up being $27.57, and my true profit was $26.17 on that piece. So it was a really good buy, and it is actually a really, really attractive cashmere shawl. These Guess leggings, they were monochrome and they had like vegan leather piping down the leg, and the waistband was a vegan leather. And they put me in the mind of Y2K just because, first off, they were Guess, which is kind of a Y2K brand. And then monochrome actually does pretty well. So because of the monochrome floral print, I picked them up. But I really looked at these when I got them at the bins. I was like, oh, these are going to take a while to sell. I don't know if I want to get them. They ended up selling relatively quickly. They were size extra large. My cost of goods was $3.05, even though they were really light. I had posted them on the 17th of September. They sold on October 11th, so 24 days. They sold for $16. My net was $12.59, and my true net ended up being $9.54 after my cost of goods. So for a pair of leggings, I think that's decent. Guess items get attention. They don't always sell fast, so I was actually surprised those only took 24 days to sell. My next sale was a Tommy Bahama cream kind of silk flowy tunic with a dotted Swiss finish. This was given to me for no charge to resell. I had posted it back on the 23rd of August. It sold on the 12th of October. So it was listed for 50 days. And my net was $11.65, which was all net because that was given to me. And it was a size medium. This item, I would not have thought it would I wouldn't have expected it to have sold as quickly as it did. It was just a woman's Lands, or I suppose it could have been unisex, but it was a Lands End polar fleece red bucket hat. And I had just posted this on the 11th of October. It sold on the 13th of October. I posted it at 10. It sold at 10. So my net on that was $8, and I had gotten that at the bins. I think my cost of goods was $1.68 on that piece. Yes, it was. So, yeah, my net was $8, and after my cost of goods, my true net was $6.32. So for a lightweight red polar fleece hat, getting rid of a winter item, that was fine. My screen is giving me a message, sorry. Okay, I need to hurry up. So the next item that sold was another item that was given to me to resell at no cost. They were a pair of toddler girls UGG boots, and they had a decent amount of wear on them. They were the girls Bailey ankle boot, a size 12 toddler, I think that is. And I posted them on the 10th of October. They sold on the 13th, so they moved pretty quickly. No cost to me, so I sold them for $17, I think, with the shipping. A buyer offered me $17. I accepted, netting me $13.53, which was all profit. The next item that sold, I had sat on these boots for almost a month. I got them at the bins. Let's see, brown leather boots. They cost $309. I got them on 9/22. So I got them on September 22nd. I didn't post them to October 11th because I was trying really hard to look at the boot and see the brand, and I just wasn't having enough time to really get in there with a magnifying glass. So when I finally did, I saw that there was no brand and I posted them. They photographed really well, and I posted them, what did I say, on the 11th? On the 12th? No, hold on here, bear with me. I posted them on the 15th. They sold on the 15th, so they sold actually the same day that I posted them. And they were, no, I posted them on the 11th. They sold on the 15th. I'm sorry. I'm doing something new here with my computer screen, my tablet, and then I'm using my phone to take video, and it's just, there's a lot going on here, and I'm trying to do a better job. So my next What Sold video, I'll have a better setup so I'm not getting lost on my spreadsheet. But I have them listed at $35. Someone purchased them outright after 4 days, netting me $30.39, and after my $309 cost of goods, my true net on those was $27.30, which was amazing. And they were really nice boots. They were men's size 10, and they had some signs of wear, but they just had so much life left, and they were solid, like men's leather boots. It's unfortunate they didn't have a brand, because if they had a brand, I would have liked to have known what brand it was. They didn't have, and sometimes Western boots don't. Did I say they were Western boots? I think I already said that. They didn't have an insole, so I don't know if the brand might have been on the insole, but there was nothing on the outsole indicating brand. So, and there wasn't a RN number to look up on the interior boot. There were a series of numbers, but there were too many. It was too many numbers to be a RN number. So I just let it go and posted it. When I get something that I can't determine the brand on, like I've looked up the RN, I've taken the pictures and tried to use Google Lens, then I just post the brand as none, and that's what I did with these. Yeah, so the men's Western boots were my last sale. It's the 20th. I accidentally almost went into my subsequent sales, but spoiler alert, I didn't have any sales at all on the 16th. And then, like, I had a day without a sale, which is kind of rare. That happens like once a month, so I guess the 16th, or it might have been the 17th, was my day. But let me give you a quick rundown of what then sold in total. Let me go to my seller tools here. So from October 1st to October 15th, I spent $81.37 was my cost of goods. My net was $676.33. So my true net then, after my cost of goods, was $594.06 for the first 15 days of the month. And I can tell you, now I can't split these days out because we're on the 20th, but I'll just tell you where I'm at now. So for October, as of the 20th, my gross sales for the month are $1,056. My net sales so far for October have been $867.59. I don't know my true net yet because I haven't done sales. I haven't added the sales that I've had after the 15th to my spreadsheet. So I am happy with that. The previous month, September, my net for the entire month was $793.93. And I did a what sold video that kind of summarized everything, cost of goods, net, everything I've already broken down for this month. So it's headed in the right direction. I'm happy with that. I do have, I think I said I had 237 active listings, and that is true. So I really can't afford space-wise to get over 250 active listings. So I'm about at my breaking point with inventory unless I go up to another storage solution, which I've considered doing, but I just... yeah, so I basically have 13 more items to list, and I'll be kaput. I do have a bins haul here, so if you would like to stay and watch and see what I got, I went to the Brunswick bins on October 17th and the Savannah bins on October 18th, and I don't really feel like doing a separate video, so I'm just going to go into that now. But if you just came for the what sold part of the video, thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully I will see you later, and Let me know what you think. Are your sales okay? I haven't found that my sales have changed drastically. I'll just say this really quick. I haven't found a drastic difference in my sales since Poshmark rolled out their new pricing structure. I'm selling 1, 2, on days that I'm really lucky, 3 items a day. So yeah, I haven't seen a huge difference. I have noticed that the activity in my closet seems to go in bits and spurts, but it's been doing that ever since they screwed up the algorithm back in 2020. Was that 2022 they did that? I think it was April of 2022 that they kind of goofed everything up. Or the 2023. I can't remember. Whenever that was, things haven't been right since then. So everything goes cyclically where I'll have like burst of activity and then I'll have silent time. So who knows? And now they're doing this thing where you can get they're doing like thread up style thing where you can send in your things on consignment. So I just think Posh wants to be every platform. They want to be Poshmark, they want to be eBay, they want to be thread up, they want to be whatnot. I mean, it takes a lot of energy to do all those things. I guess that's okay. But if they want to take a little time out and fix the search, I think that would be so wonderful. And I wish that they would do that. But anyway, again, thanks for stopping by if you came for what sold. And if you are here for the thrift haul, give me a moment to grab my receipts. Okay, so let's take a look. I have these all in one pile, so I'm not going to be able to break them down by location. Like I went to the Brunswick bins, I went to the Savannah bins. I spent on one really nice sweater, I spent $8.47 at the regular Goodwill. I'll point out that sweater when I get to it. And then at the Savannah outlet, I spent $36.58. And at the Brunswick outlet, they didn't have anything. I spent $12.90. So, but I will share with you what I got just because I like to do that. And if you like to watch that or you're listening while you work, then this will work well. So the first item I got was a H&M, and I usually don't pick up this brand, but I thought this was just such a nice, relaxed fit kind of, I don't know if it's cottagecore or just work casual, but it's a nice sort of tiered, almost maxi. I mean, I'm 5'5", and it's hitting me at my shin. But I actually tried it on because I thought, well, that's kind of cute. I could use that with the belt. But it's so relaxed fit that it didn't really work. But it has like this kind of abstract dotted pattern. And because I think that will photograph well and because I think that's a popular dress style, even though it's H&M, I picked it up. I mean, it may take a little while to sell, but I'm okay with that. I got these Guess lilac purple jeans. They're size 30. They're stretchy. And I say jeans, but they're actually velvet. So they're really cute lilac purple. They've got a little bling button at the waistband. Can you see that? And I picked them up because they were velvet. I don't know a lot about jeans, like selling regular jeans. It's not my forte, so I'm not super knowledgeable about that. Then I got this Jessica Simpson kind of pea coat. It's like a brocade, and it's got a ruffle kind of peplum accent at the waist. And it zips kind of like a moto jacket. So, and it's size large. It's kind of like a black and cream. And it's got little pockets here. And I don't know. It's the season for it, so it will have to sell like pretty soon. But yeah. Then I got this. I mean, it's the 20th today, so, I mean, we're creeping up on Halloween. Someone would have to buy this within the next, 5 days to get it. But it's the brand name is actually Cosplay FM, and it's one of those, like, I don't know if it was a Temu or that type of thing, but it's made in China, and it says size extra large. This is clearly not size extra large, which is what I wear. So I posted it as size medium. I've already got this posted, but it's like a PVC, stretchy kind of nurse cosplay costume mini dress. So that looked fun. We'll see. I mean, I think someone can probably wear that. It doesn't have to be for Halloween. Like, people do costumes all the time. So I got this denim jacket to sell. I thought it was super, it's distressed. It's got that burnout effect. It's size large. It's got stretch, but the brand on that one is Lincoln Outfitters, which was a new brand to me. But I like the look of that. I think someone will buy that. I just post, like, it would even be cute with like a skirt like this. But I just got that posted today, so fingers crossed, hopefully it will sell. This I had a heck of a time with today. I was trying to photograph it. It's size 6, and the brand is Christina Thompson. It's vintage, but it's a black velvet fitted blazer with kind of beveled buttons. Oh boy, this lighting leaves a lot to be desired. But the buttons kind of are the selling point, and then it's fitted, but a really nice holiday piece, but it is so hard. Like, I'm going to be on the fence about even picking up black velvet. I had a Talbot's black velvet shirt that took forever to sell because you can't really, black is hard to photograph and capture well. No matter what type of lighting setup you're using, it's just kind of challenging. And then when it's black velvet, it's really hard to get the texture, the way velvet has that texture. It's really hard to get that to pick up. So, well, it's beautiful. I'm having a heck of a time getting that to come across in the photos. And I will also say that about these velvet lilac purple Guess jeans. It was hard for those. Like, I feel like in my pictures that I posted on Poshmark, I'll pop it up here because I've already posted them. But they almost look like lilac, like twill instead of velvet. So I don't know. I mean, I put velvet in the description. So hopefully, you know, if someone's using that search term, even giving Poshmark's faulty search function, hopefully that someone could find those. Okay, moving right along. This tunic was it's a lightweight tunic. I actually had to iron this because I don't have a steamer anymore, like I mentioned earlier in the video. But why I picked it up is it has this this trim, this Battenberg lace. They call that Battenberg lace, that style right there. It's like a raised embroidery pretty much, but it's a V-neck tunic, and it's got like 3/4 length sleeves with the Battenberg lace trim. And the brand I'd never seen before, but it was the brand is Forgotten Grace, and it says size 1X, but I listed it as an extra large just because I tried it on, and I also looked at the measurements, and I just felt like it measured out more like an extra large. So when I find like a sizing discrepancy like that, I kind of see often enough on like the Poshmark Facebook group, people are like, well, I have this item and it says size, you know, large, but it measures more like a small. What size should I list it as? And for me, what I do, I list it as the size that it fits as, and then I explain away the tag, and I say, well, the measurements are this, or I tried it on, and I'll put a picture of me trying it on to kind of demonstrate, or I'll say, you know, it says large, but it's actually medium. My mannequin that's modeled on is a medium. Like, I kind of explain it, but my process is to just list it as the size that it fits as. So Harold's, this is a new brand to me. It's a red cardigan, size extra large, and it is 85% silk. That's why I picked it up. It's just a real basic cardigan, and because it was so basic, I was on the fence about picking it up. But I think that, I mean, people wear basics. People need basics, and I mean, I buy basics. So because it's silk and it had all its buttons, I already checked, I picked it up. But it has some decent pilling there. I don't know if that's coming through. It's a really nice deep red. This light is kind of washing that out. But there's some pilling to the fabric that I'm going to have to shave, and I'm going to have to be really careful because it's silk. I don't know if any of you use those sweater shavers. I do, but I've ruined silk sweaters twice before just going too rough on it. So I'm going to have to set it like on the setting that takes the blades furthest away from the fabric, and just move it very gently because I don't want to ruin that sweater. This is a Free People mini dress that I've sold before. This one is size 6. The one I sold before is size 8. I actually wore this today with leggings. It's a little bit too short for me to wear without leggings. But it's so cute, and Free People is so oversized that, yeah, I haven't posted it yet, but when I do, I'm going to put the picture of myself wearing it in there just to demonstrate what a relaxed fit it is. Because in numerical sizes, I'm a 14 or 16 all day. Like, there's no size 12. I'm not getting into a size Well, I can get into a few size 12s, but this is a size 6, and I was able to wear this today over leggings, and it looked just fine. But because it's so small, I'm not going to keep it. Like, I mean, and it's cute, and I can sell it. But the one that I sold before actually took me quite a while to sell, but it's really attractive because it's got these nice deep front pockets, and it's just kind of flowy and flirty, and I think it's called the Eyes on You dress. So that was all these items I got at the bins except for that denim except for the sweater that I haven't shown you yet. And that sweater was $8, but I think it was worth it. So this tunic did not have a brand or anything or a size, but I looked up the RN number by the laundry label, and it's Cato. So had I known this was Cato, I wouldn't have picked it up. But I did pick this up on appearance because it's a beautiful champagne color. Oh, the color is so nice. It's just really gorgeous. And then it's got this like ribbed crepey texture, and it glistens and glows a little bit. So I thought that would kind of be festive for holidays, and it's stretchy. It didn't have a size tag, and then it's got billowy sleeves with like that elastic wrist. So I just thought that was so attractive. And it's just nice. Like, I think everyone can wear this color. You know, it doesn't wash anyone out. So, but had I known it was Cato, because Cato just, doesn't sell that well, I wouldn't have picked it up. But I didn't, and I'm going to have to do measurements. But I tried it on, and I was kind of swimming in it. So I think it's at least a 1X, if not a 2X. I'll probably list it as a 1X. I'll have to see what the measurements are. But just really attractive. And it's also stretchy. So, okay, I'm going to have to keep, I'm going to need to speed this up. My phone is running out of space to store video. So I got this pair of Tory Burch. They've sold. I posted them on Friday night. An hour later, a woman made me an offer, and I accepted. I had posted them at $70. She offered $50. I accepted because they were really scuffed up at the toes. When I got them, first of all, I passed them up twice. They were at the Brunswick bins. There was a shoe bin that had 2 pair of cognac-colored leather riding boots. The one pair I touched, and I could tell it was vinyl. This pair of Tory Burch I touched, and I could tell they were leather, but I saw the toes were so scuffed up, I just ignored them. And then I was making my second round back through the bins, and I kind of walked past them. And then I went back. I was like, well, let me pick up this boot. I turned it over, and I saw the big Tory Burch emblem at the outer shaft. I don't know how I missed that the first few times I looked at it. But that I was like, wow, okay, well, these are Tory Burch. Of course, I'm going to pick them up. So I grabbed them. One of the first things I posted when I got home. I did the comps. The comps ran anywhere from 30 to 100 or so, and in all degrees of wear. So I just decided to price them at 70. I thought that was a little high. I would probably get maybe 60 for them. But because it was a fast flip, it's boot season, she offered me 50. I was like, you know what? Whatever they say about something in the hand is better than 2 in the bush. I just went with that, and I accepted. So, yeah, those have already been shipped off today, and I hope she will love them. They are going to California. This jacket, you guys are going to have to help me on. So this is Bill Blass. It's a beautiful, beautiful Angora, 40% Angora, 60% wool. Unfortunately, it's size 10 petite. I won't pick up petites anymore, but when I saw this jacket, it's so beautiful, I couldn't pass it up. So here's my dilemma. I think it would be unethical to cut the size tag out and just post it with measurements, which is what I wanted to do, to not post it as a petite, because petites just don't sell. But what my plan is to do is to post it as a woman's size 10, leave the 10 petite size tag in there, and I wear a size woman's 14 coat, maybe 16, depending on the cut. And I'm by no means petite, which typically means a smaller frame and shorter. I'm 5'5". I wear size 14, 16, large, extra large. I can actually button this thing up. I mean, I would clearly need another size. It's a little tight. But lengthwise, that's where it really matters with petite. And I feel like, I think, oh, that's turned up. Okay. I have a puffy skirt on, so it's kind of puffing that out. But I definitely think that this could fit a woman size 10. I'm going to post it as such and say it is petite. And I'll take a picture of myself in it to show the length on my standard size arms. I mean, I can freely move. So let me know what you think about that. Petites are the kiss of death. They don't sell. They don't move. This is just too beautiful of a coat to sit this season. I think someone could wear this with a pair of just classic smooth leather black riding boots, and it would just be such a look. And I want someone to have that coat, and I don't want it to go to the petite graveyard. That was, I wrote off so many petites. So I got this fossil purse. Fossil purses take a while to sell. This one's kind of sharp. We've got smooth black leather. We've got a kind of contrasting black and cream texture, and then brown pebble grain. It's a crossbody with a clean brown cloth interior, a little slip pocket at the back. So I think that will photograph well and probably sell faster than some of the other fossil. I always pick up fossil. It does take them a while to sell, but they are dependable sellers if you have the patience. This is a pair of Crocs. It says Light Ride there in the footbed, Light Ride. Nice size 8, silver hardware. Those are the little fasteners. And they're just a woman's strappy wedge comfort sandal. You know, it is not summer, obviously, but there's people who live in California, Florida, and Hawaii who can wear things like that year round. People travel. So for that reason, if I find a summer piece that I'm pretty confident will sell, I will pick it up off season. Stacy Adams is a men's formal shoe. They might make some non-formal shoes. I think most of their shoes are formal. This is a really nice pair. They're men's size 12. Nice, would look great with a tuxedo with that kind of tuxedo fashioning. They're a derby style shoe, leather. Really no signs of wear. I mean, they're clearly not brand new, but they don't have any flaws. So those will definitely sell for spring, if not before. Stacy Adams shoes do well, like when people are going to weddings and around Easter and that. This is my last pair of soft, if these take forever to sell. Nice European brand. Got a nice woman's heeled clog in black with pebble grain leather and a braiding accent. These are size 10. Soft have been taking forever to move for me. They're a great shoe brand, but I don't know. People just aren't buying them like they used to. But yeah, that's my final test pair. Okay, we've got that. I got the coat. I think that is everything. Let me make sure. I had to redo this footage because I was doing video. Oh no, I didn't get everything. I was doing video and it cut out on me. I got this woman's bustier by this is Spirit Halloween. It's a size medium. It's a zip front. I've sold this piece before many years ago, and it laces up the back. It's got a nice kind of brocade finish to the fabric there. My camera keeps stopping on me because I'm out of room on my phone. So this is a sweater I paid $8.47 for. It's just, it didn't have any tags. I modeled it for size in the posting, but it's a beautiful vintage, chunky, thick wool. I can tell it's not all the way wool, but it's a wool blend. But look at those buttons, just totally 70s style buttons. Real heavyweight cable knit. It's got pockets on the front. Not a single flaw. So that was the one I paid $8 for at the regular Goodwill. And then I won't say I don't usually. I will pick up Time and True. It's a Walmart brand at the right price point. This is a size extra large, or at the right style. This is a woman's peplum tunic, size extra large. But just look at that pink and white checkered. And it's a real relaxed fit. I tried it on and it was just a little bit too drapey for me, even though I wear that size. But it's made nicely. It's got nice, you can see the buttons there. Like, they did a nice job with that one. Then this brand was new to me, but it is Hobbs London, and it's a good brand. Unfortunately, this is size small, but it's a woman's ribbed mock turtleneck in navy and red, just kind of a classic, stretchy, easy to wear piece. And then that was it. That was what I got. So yeah, for $12.90 plus 36 plus 8. I'll put the math up on the screen. I can't do that in my head right now. I feel like there's an item I'm forgetting. All those Hoka. They're out front on the porch drying because I washed them in the machine today. I'll put a picture of them up on the machine because I'm probably, excuse me, I'm probably going to be posting those tomorrow. But they were the Hoka 7 something. And Hoka just always sell no matter the condition. Excuse me, I'm getting dry from talking so much. I do have 3 sweaters down in this bin that I just posted, but they were from other hauls. But they all had oh my gosh, they all had holes that I had to darn to post them. So I just was like, I put off doing it. But I'll show you this poor pink cashmere one. It had holes at the wrist, and I think I did a terrible job with it. One of them had a stain. Like, that's the one without the stain, and then this one here had it was actually like a hole. Like it's browned out, like someone had a cigarette there. I don't know. But it's size small. It's a beautiful pink cashmere cowl neck sweater. I just did the best I could. I'd already picked it up at the bins. I think this was an August pickup. But if it doesn't sell, I can just keep it for myself and wear it under a blazer. So we'll see. But yeah, I've been posting like a crazy person. Clearly, once I post all these items, I'm going to be over my 250 item threshold because that was way more than 13 items. I enjoy sourcing. I really like sourcing. It's really hard not to source. And man, I've been having good luck lately. I mean, none of those items are killer, but they're sellers. And, you know, I've been doing good sales-wise, I feel, for the volume that I have in my closet. But yeah, it is a tricky balance to not get too far in because you can commit and have too much stuff like I did before, and I ended up writing off a lot of inventory that I never should have picked up, or I didn't photograph well, or goodness knows what. But yeah, this is getting kind of long, so if you stayed for both the what sold and the thrift haul portion of the video, I really appreciate. I'm getting really dry throat. I live in Georgia, but I actually ran the heat when I got home this evening because it gets really cold in the morning and at night. Like, in the mornings when I wake up, it's 40, so it's super cold. But anyway, blah, blah, blah. Ran the heat, dried out my throat, and now I need to go. So I appreciate you so much if you stayed this long and listened to me warbling on. Let me know what you think about the sales and about the items I got at the bins. Let me know if you have any questions, and please give me a big old thumbs up. I appreciate your viewership. I'll see everybody later. Bye. And then I think I went over this piece before. I'm going to do it again. I'll cut this footage out if I didn't. This is a beautiful... No, I did go over that piece.